I'm not a statue collector, and I told myself I'm not going to be picking up any statues, but I'm a Star Wars fan, and damn, these Mythos statues look good. Let's jump right into it. This is 6 Scale Economist.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.
Alright, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is 6 Scale Economist. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Asajj Ventress Sideshow Mythos statue. Now, I am generally almost exclusively a hot toy channel. Star Wars, Marvel, DC, some DC hot toys, but when I see this statue, I just feel like I have to talk about it because, since this statue was announced, I told myself I'm not picking up the statue. I don't have room in my collection. That's not really the focus of my collection. I like doing just hot toys, but as this statue gets closer to release, I know it's limited edition. I just feel like I'm gonna be upset with myself if I don't pick it up and then I realize afterwards that I wanted it. So let's just talk about it and let's go through it. As always, first we're going to talk about the statue from a collection perspective, and then we're going to talk about it from an investment perspective. All right, so this is the part of the Mythos line, that Sideshow has done now for a couple of years. Starting all the way back, they have many different figures. So I think it's 5 in total, if I'm not mistaken. So you have like the Darth Vader, Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, Darth Maul original, and Gamorrean Guard. It's like this statue, it just looks so good. Like, I love the Clone Wars. Like, Asajj Ventress I thought was an excellent villain in the Clone Wars. I feel like her character development was really, fantastic as the show went on, and this statue just looks great. I prefer the head sculpt with the hood on. This is terrifying, but even then, like, the fact that you're able to swap out the head sculpts is great. The coloring on her just looks great. She also like rides the border of like not being like too sexy of a statue, because I never like when they do that with statues. There's just like too much for me, and I don't like having that in my collection. But it's nice to be a little bit enticing. But this statue just looks unbelievable. I think this head sculpt just looks fantastic. Specifically the one with the hood on. And obviously, so this is a 1/5 scale. So obviously it's gonna be bigger than your hot toy, and with the base, it's really, I feel like it's really gonna end up feeling more like a quarter scale figure, just given how big that base is. This is not gonna fit in a standard DTOF, which is definitely something that I'm not a big fan of, because in my collection I basically just have standard IKEA decals. But if I pick up the statue, it might mean that I might just have to switch it up a little bit. Everything about this statue is just great. And like going back through the Mythos line, like all of the statues that Sideshow has done for that line have been great. The Darth Maul one was okay, but the rest of them I think are really fantastic. Especially that Darth Vader one. Man, that Darth Vader statue is unbelievable. Have her with the shoes off, like no shoes. The sculpting it's just like art. Like, this is just like an art piece. And it doesn't look exactly how she looks like in the Clone Wars, but I feel like it's close enough. And I also don't really like need it to look exactly how it looks in the Clone Wars. I kind of like how it's just a little bit different and a little bit off. Obviously you get the iconic like bent lightsaber hilt, similar to what Count Dooku uses. Obviously her being Count Dooku's apprentice. And the red just really pops on this figure, and it really the red contrasts really well with her skin tone. It's very like opaque, bland, like white, kind of darkish gray skin tone with that red. It just looks very nice. Okay, so let's jump into it from an investment perspective. This is where I was really been doing a lot of thinking in this past week, and I think that I'm gonna pick up this statue. So basically, this is the way I looked at it. I am definitely by no means any expert at all when it comes to statues. I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of hot toys. I've been collecting for a while, have like a good understanding. But with statues, I just feel like I'm a little bit more fish out of water. So I tried to do some research, talk to a few people to get people's like thoughts on these. And when I'm looking at it from an investment perspective, like, I recognize that I am like relatively naive with statues, so all I want to know is I want to at least be able to have a reasonable reasonable justification that this statue, I won't like lose money on it, a substantial amount of money. You know, say I get this statue, right? $5.95, so you know, call it $6.50 shipped, $6.60 shipped in taxes. If I get this statue and I realize like I don't have like space in my collection, or I'm not really a big fan of the statue, or I just want to stick with figures in general, and I just don't want to include a statue in my collection, I want to be able to at least sell it and at least get like 90% of my money back. That's the only like guarantee that I want to like have with myself. I'm not gonna mind that much if I lose money on it, just because I wanted to try something new, add a different dimension to my collection. So like that's all that I was really thinking. But like after doing some research, it just like, am I wrong? Let me know in the comment section down below. It feels like these statues are going to do very well. I mean, just take a look at the other ones that they've done, right? So they've done like the Obi-Wan Kenobi Mythos statue, like, and for those of you guys who are not familiar with these go for in the secondary market, it is absolutely ludicrous. My favorite being this Darth Vader Mythos statue. It just looks so cool. He's like contemplating like what he's done, like. I think that this shot right here is everything on this statue. And if you don't know how much this statue goes for, this statue retail for $350, and it's like a $1,500 statue now. And it's the same story for the rest of them: Boba Fett, Gamorrean Guard, like all except the Darth Maul statue. But even this is something I think is actually quite supportive as well. Even this Darth Maul statue, right? So again, this is part of the Sideshow Mythos line. Like, from what I've gathered from people in the statue community, it seems like this is probably the least favorite of the Mythos line. It sounds like people think they didn't get like the Darth Maul like exactly right, or something they just didn't like about the figure. And even then, like, this statue retailed for $250, and there's like listings for this statue like $730. I'd imagine this thing probably sells around $600. So if a statue that, one, is already probably the least favorite of the Sideshow line, and two, they have already announced a Darth Maul. Granted, it is technically a Clone Wars Darth Maul, so it is different from this one, but like it is another Darth Maul coming out, and this one can still command that much in the secondary market. I feel like you'll be okay picking up Asajj Ventress, Darth Maul, Emperor. I'm not sure. We'll talk about Emperor in a different video, but for this Asajj, I feel like you're going to be okay. People love the Clone Wars. Asajj Ventress is a very cool villain. This statue is just unbelievable sculpt. So like I'm looking at it, I'm just thinking, I'm just gonna pull the trigger. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna pre-order this thing. It's limited to only 4,500, like most of these were. Seems like these ranged anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 pieces. Ben Kenobi being 2,000, Darth Vader being 5,000. Like, these are limited pieces. They're truly works of art. Historically, the rest of the line, although it's pretty small, sample size for your statistical analysis, but it seems like they do all right. So I'm gonna be picking up this Asajj Ventress. I'll talk about Darth Maul and the Emperor in a next one, but like when I saw that Obi-Wan, the Clone Wars Obi-Wan, shown at Sideshow Con, that's what made me really think, dang, that Obi-Wan looks really good. And now that I think about it, all these statues look kind of good. Like, I might have to start getting into just at least this Mythos line. I'm not gonna go crazy with statues or anything. This is not gonna be a statue channel. Not that I have anything against statues, but I want the focus to be 1/6 scale Hot Toys. But when it comes to being like a diehard Star Wars fan that I am, I feel like I just can't pass up this Asajj Ventress. I kind of want to roll, not saying I'm like it's a roll the dice to pick up this statue, but for me, given how like inexperienced I am with statues, it is kind of rolling the dice for me. So all that I hope is that I don't lose more than like 15 to 20% of my money, although I really don't think I will. And I hope that I just end up really liking the statue and just don't even care and just end up keeping it anyways, and find a way to incorporate it into my collection. So yeah, I'm picking it up. I'm excited. I think it will be a really cool piece. But these are only my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below, especially all the statue collectors who are part of 6 scale Economist community. What do you guys think about the statue? Are you guys picking up this Darth Maul, Emperor? Are you guys gonna pick up the Clone Wars, Obi-Wan? Let me know in the comment section down below. This is 6 scale Economist, and we'll see you in the next video.